Hello. Welcome to a new reading vlog. I finally got my camera to sit up right. I'm like excited about it. But it is Thursday, August 13th. So I just uploaded my month-long vlog yesterday. Because I was trying to be like, I'm going to finish these stack of books that I was planning to read and then I'll end the vlog. But I need to get to reading really bad because, I gotta move, I gotta pack, I gotta do all the things that I haven't done yet. But I have a long weekend this weekend. I was gonna start doing stuff last night, but it's been a week, been a few weeks. I don't know. I got over being sick, and I had a little stretch of feeling fine, just lingering sniffles and a cough, and then I feel completely 100%. Then I get my period, so I'm like, yeah. So that's been this week. It's been Shark Week, but we're fine. I'm fine. I'm not, not feeling gross anymore. Not crampy right now. So we're doing good in that department otherwise for this vlog. I was going to start last night, yesterday afternoon/evening once I got home from work. But my goal from Thursday, which is today, to Monday, because I don't go back to work till Tuesday. Well, I work tomorrow, Friday, but after 1 p.m. tomorrow, I don't have to go back to work till 5:40 in the morning on Tuesday. So, I will take it. My plans: work on as much as these two diamond paintings, the ones you've been seeing, I think, the last 3 or 4 vlogs now. The one paint by number I have going, I gotta work on those 3 as much as I possibly can. And then TBR wise, of course, finish these 2. As Good as Dead. Finish off this trilogy. And then finish My Demon Valentine. I know there's a few more books in the series. I will get them eventually. That'll just have to wait till after I move. So that's how that's gonna go. And then I have The Dare, The Party, and The Obsession. And I was looking to see how long some of these were, and one of them's literally 295 pages. So, and the other 2 were only 300 and some. I should be able to finish these over the weekend. Sorry, to look out the window. I had a DoorDash notification. I ordered breakfast. I have a really bad habit of getting fast food on my days off, but it's fine. Other than that, I don't know what I want to read after I finish these 5. If I can grab them, my goodness. So if there's anything else I read other than these 5 physical books, it might be whatever random audiobook I decide to listen to. I might get to the Ashfire King, the second book. The name for the series? The Sand Sea Trilogy. The first book was A Stardust Thief. So I like that book. Otherwise than that, I'm thinking I might read some manga. I just don't know what manga I want to read. Other than that's kind of just my plan. Or to finish these main 5, get as much done as my diamond paintings and paint by number as possible, and yeah. Those are my main plans. So I will be back with reading and art updates. Yeah, and I don't think I have anything else to say, so I will be back with updates. Hello, I have a reading update before I head off to bed. So, I finished 2 books. And it makes me feel stupid for ending my video yesterday because I binged them out today. But I finally finished As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. Honest review. waste of time. I think I rated it 2 stars, and maybe I should give it like a 1. If Goodreads could do half stars, honestly, it'd be a 1.5, if not just half a star. This was such a waste of fucking time. It was making me slumpy, which is why it took me so long to finish it. I don't care. This could have been left as a duology. I know, I think I said this in the last vlog. This could have been left as a duology. Why is this also the longest book of the trilogy? Why is it over 400 pages? Like, I like the first two. They were fast paced and there was something going on. This right here, unnecessary. Unnecessary. We didn't need it. I'm happy about it. I'm pretty sure I bought the secondhand. So, yeah. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Stick with the first two and call it that. Honestly, because I think we knew who the murderer was in book 2. Like, I think we knew it was Max Hastings the whole time. If I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, granted, he finally gets arrested or whatever in this book. I was to a point where I was just skipping it. I don't remember barely anything that happened. I didn't care enough. I probably should have just DNF'd it, but at the same time I was like, maybe something will catch my attention. No. Nothing caught my attention. I was bored. I didn't care, so. That was aggressive. That's gonna be on my Pango. I'm selling the whole trilogy. I can't waste shelf space anymore, so. That was my negative book. Anyway, also finished my Funny Demon Valentine. I gave this 5 stars. Loved it. Bought the second book. It'll be here Saturday. If you hear crunching, my cat has a toy. But, yeah. Like, I was getting closer to the end of this. Somewhere. I think I was a little over halfway, and I'm like, this is getting interesting. I need book 2. And luckily on Amazon, book 2, 3, and 4. Book 1 I think was on sale too, but obviously didn't pay attention because it's in my hand. But 2, 3, and 4 were on sale. Book 5 is not. So I bought book 2. That'll be here Saturday. But this was so good. Like, you'd think, oh, it's gonna be some shitty, smut-filled, crappy romance, because that's usually how I feel. Especially with, like, fantasy romance and paranormal romance. But reading this, like, yeah, I kind of started off that way, but the smut wasn't gross and cringy. It was a little cringy, but, like, it wasn't bad. Like, it is in, like, every book I've DNF'd because of the smut. Also, there was, like, actual stuff happening. Like, there was a plot. Like, plot twists. And it was crazy. I was partially right on one prediction. I was like, oh, I think our dad's an enemy. And I was like, because there was a mention of a demon hunter. The second book is also called My Demon Hunter. So I'm like, something to do with that. But, no. Turns out, her dad was an angel. Which makes her a Nephilim, if I'm pronouncing that right. And then of course, like, the also main characters, the four main guys that were involved in this story, they were demons. So you had Asmodeus, who's the main one we focused on, who fell in love with the main character. He just went by Ash in the book. And then you had Belial, Bel, Rom, and Meph. Because I don't know how to pronounce it. It was like Mephistus, I think. Something like that. But, you know, they just went by Meph. So I was like, okay, cool. Cool. Sorry, my cat's going. Hey, I'm over at catnip toy right now. Oh, she's so cute. But anyway, 5 stars. Because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but I really liked it. I really liked it, and also I can't get over. It's so pretty. Look at these. Look at these edges. I know I showed them off when I first got the book. But look at them. So these are what I finished today. I read for 7 hours, besides a break to take a shower and eat dinner. So yeah, those are done finally. So we'll see what I pick up tomorrow. Good night. I'm going to bed. Hello, I have an update. So, a little bit ago, whatever. I just finished The Dare. I did, finish it with an audiobook. I read a chapter physically. And technically I had to reread the ending physically, because of course it threw me off, just like it did with the haunting. So, I've read all of Natasha Preston's thriller whatevers. I haven't read any of her adult romance, and I don't plan to, but, so, okay. It's ever since I got it, and I saw when this was coming out, I was like, why is it called The Dare, and why is there a car on the cover, what in the world? And the dare was for them to go drive with no lights on or anything. It was a group of 4 friends, and the dare was to go through Death Alley, I think they called it, and they hit something, and they were like, oh, what did we hit? Was it a deer? Was it a bear? No. It was a person, and it was the old weird guy in town. And they're like, oh god, we killed it. And so they do the whole thing, and they were like, oh, let's not call the cops, let's hide the body. And his name was Jesse, which I found really funny, because that is my dad's name. But it was but he was just so psychotic about it. Of course, in the end, he was one of the problems. He was trying to get after the main character. Her name was Marley, and these people died or were injured. But the thing that threw me off was there's the guy who was mainly doing the dares. His name was Rhett, and him and Marley used to be friends, and it was oh, whatever. And I thought they were gonna maybe rekindle their friendship until the very end. So sorry, spoilers. She immediately turns on him with the guy who was back in town, who was the nephew of the old guy that died. And it was just what? Because she was in a relationship, and they broke up over the whole situation, and also because he was oh yeah, so you know how we're supposed to go to California together for college? Yeah, no, I'm going to Ohio. It's and he knew for months, and yeah, it was just a lot. But the ending threw me off, because it was Marley and George maybe interacted about 3 or 4 times in the entire book, just for it to turn out for people to be oh, what are you doing here? And he's well, I'm here for graduation. Even though technically he wasn't a graduation student. I think he's maybe a year or 2 older than them. So he's already in college and just back for the summer. I was just oh, righty then. This is odd, and now of course we'll never obviously it's a standalone, it won't be a series. So anyway, whatever. I'm gonna start the party next, and we'll see where that goes. And I'll be back with updates. Okay, I lied. I forgot I had another update. So, I know I said I was just gonna get book 2 so that I could continue the Hellbent series, because I just finished my My Funny Demon Valentine. So this will be book 2. And I'll probably read this after the couple books I need to read. But we got this. But because I caved, I got book 3, Demon with Benefits. We got book 4, Guardian Demon. Also, look at these bright edges. And I'm forgetting to show off these gorgeous edges. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. Did I show these off? And then finally book 5. I'm kind of excited to see what the 5th book will be. Or I'm sorry, the 6th book. Because it's orange. So I'm excited to see those bright edges. It doesn't come out till January of next year though, so still got a few months. But that's okay. But we got them. The spines connect. Hold on, the spines connect. Okay, we just needed a quick glimpse. I got them all to connect. That's so cool. None of my spines do that. I guess I forget these editions are technically limited deluxe editions, so. Anyways, okay, now I'm for real done with this update. I'll be back later. Hello, I have an update. So, I finished The Party. I was kind of really bored with this one. I don't know if it was just like reading 2 Natasha Prestons in one day, and it was just like felt the same. Like, obviously, I don't know. I think it's this thing where you go to an event and somebody dies. Because we had, you know, The Haunting, which was also like, The Haunting was someone who died on Halloween. And there was a whole thing and a thing and a thing. And then the Dare, you know, a get together. And the stuff happens, you know. And this, they traveled to just as the English countryside. And they were going to some, like, abandoned castle where there's a secret party. And then, of course, people start dying. And it's like, okay, who done it? And my other question about this book is, who in the fuck names a character Allegra? Is that not an allergy medication? Like, I saw no indication in here to be like, oh, like, why is that her name? Like, yeah, like, there's nothing saying, like, oh, it's a nickname, or, like, a funky alias of some kind. Like, no, just Allegra. It's like, are you running out of names? Like, it's okay to recycle names. I don't know, maybe not for, like, your main characters, but I don't think that matters. I don't know, whatever. I think I gave it, like, thought I was gonna yawn. Sorry. I gave it, like, 3 stars. I was bored. But The Obsession is up next, and I'm hoping it's better. It's also shorter. It's only 295 pages. Yeah, 295 pages. Very, very short. And also, the other thing, I was trying to think of when I could fit this in. So I don't know if I want to maybe just read it little by little, because after I read The Obsession, I'm gonna move on to my Demon Hunter, which I'm not gonna show at the moment because it's holding up my phone. But in other updates, made some diamond painting progress. You can barely see how it looks. This kind of from like kind of from like right here across. I did the top of the cookbooks, and I finished kind of like over here with the bowl and like all this background. So I think it's like, a lot more done than what I had done last time I showed. Because I think last time I might have showed, I just might have had the road down. So we're getting somewhere with it. I have no idea if it's in frame. Okay. Really hard for me. There we go. Light. And I can see that it's in frame. So, only 7 more sections of that. And I love how smooth it is. It's so smooth. It feels so nice. But that's my progress on that. It's the only like art project I've made progress on. In the last few days, I've mainly been like reading or doing nothing. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna go head off and start the obsession and see if I finish it tonight. Back with updates later. Hi. So, I just finished the obsession. I listened to it mainly on audiobook. Started it yesterday when I was walking around, taking my walk, playing Pokemon Go or whatever. Because it was a community day. For those of you, if you do play Pokemon Go, you know that. So I listened to it while doing that, and then I didn't want to be outside the whole time. It was hot, but it was also like, I was anxious because my stepmom was being a psycho, as per always. She was just being extra petty this weekend. I didn't even talk to her once, except for her coming in. She was looking for her cat, who the shot escaped. I think I've probably told a story like this before, but she likes to do this thing where she starts freaking out that Connie escaped when Connie didn't escape. It's like, if you can't feel or see your cat, book it out the door. There's a problem. Because I heard her, she's like, trying to turn around the house. She's like, she looked in the dryer, for God's sake. It's like, and then when I'm like, dude, she's in my room sleeping. God forbid I have my door shut. Sorry I want privacy. Sorry I don't like my door being open when you're home. Hi, Gertie. I think I'm being too aggressive and the dog is coming in. But then, yesterday, before she goes to church, she obviously didn't feed the animals. Okay? So then, I go to feed my cat, who eats separate food now, because she shoves that down everyone's throat, that everyone has to eat separate. Not like she can afford it, because she's never bought cat food before. But she just has to be a psychotic dickhead. So, I come out there, and I realize no one had breakfast, because I can tell by how the cats were acting, right? Okay, so then I feed my cat, I fed the other 2 cats, I fed the dog, and I fed the fish. She comes home from her cult meeting, because that's what I call church for her, because she's psychotic, and that's how she acts. I hate people who act holier than thou, and try to shove religion down their throat, and just a complete douche about their beliefs. So she comes home, did whatever. I had a feeling she was being pissy. 1 second, Gertrude. I don't know what's up with her. I just took her out. But she starts acting crazy, leaves, and I was like, okay, cool. Got the house to myself again. Good. Then I get a call a couple hours later at 2 o'clock on the dot from my dad, and he's like, hey, what the fuck is happening? Like, what's up? She called me bitching, ranting, whatever. And it's because she bitched at him that I fed the animals. So how am I the bad guy for giving the animals food? It used to be she'd bitch if they weren't fed dinner on time, even though she never fed them on time. She'd just feed them whenever the hell she wanted to, and I hate that shit. But anyways, I'll be out here in a couple weeks. Hopefully, maybe. And so will Gertrude. You're okay, Blueberry. You're okay, Gert. I don't know what's up with her. Dad should be home soon. Yeah, should be home any minute. But yeah. So, I didn't do much reading because I was being really anxious because of her yesterday. Which is not good. But today, did whatever. I cleaned up and did my stuff and worked a little bit on my diamond painting, finished this book. And my next 3, I'm going to add to my TBR, are these 3. My Demon Hunter, the Ashfire King, and my reread of City of Ashes. So I can annotate it. But I'm going to end this vlog here. Because I doubt I'll have any more updates for the night. Because I'm not going to finish any of those books tonight. I highly doubt it. So, those books will be for next week's vlog. Sorry, I'm just like trying to calm down. Because I needed to get all that off my chest. But that's the end of this video. I have Pango linked in my description. Yeah. You can find me under bookstuff8989 on any socials. TikTok, Instagram. I really don't post on anything else right now. I haven't had the motivation to, but I'm there. I will be listing some stuff on Pango soonly here. I was going to wait till the end of this weekend, till I ended this vlog, to see what I would get through. So, I think you guys know what'll be listed. It'll be Wotakoi volumes 1 through 6, and as good as the what is it called? Good Girl's Guide to Murder Trilogy. Those will be added. Otherwise, yes, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the ranting. I wish I could have finished more. But yeah, I will see you guys probably next week. Bye!